At ease, at ease. So did you understand what Officer Moses is bringing out about the difference between Jew, no Greek, meaning that it's all the same, right? That the Gentiles are actually just the Israelites that were just called Gentiles because they was doing Gentile customs. Just like how, like you said, if we were brought to America, we weren't Americans before we was brought over here. We're the Israelites.
That's right.
So, you remember Roots? You ever watch Roots back in the day? Well, you remember how the slave master gave us a name, a different name other than our name? He said, he'll pick that name. Huh? Okay, well, you know, that's how we became Gentiles. They threatened us. He said, hey, your name Toby. He's like, no, my name Cool. He said, no, your name Toby. So he beat it in him until he actually submitted and said, my name is Toby now. Now I'm a Gentile. Now I'm going to celebrate Christmas. Now I'm going to celebrate New Year's. Whatever you do, we's do, Master. That's where they come from. But we're going to show you that history. Go to Maccabees. We're talking about we confess ourselves as Jews no more and our feast days. First Maccabees. Second Maccabees 6. Yeah, so we're gonna expound on what he's talking about, how we became Gentiles. Because we're not Gentiles in the flesh, we're Gentiles in the cranium, in the mindset. Because we follow all the different customs out here. Look at these churches right here. Look, we got 2 churches right here on this street, and none of them out here teaching the truth.
That's right.
They taking your money though, and counting the truth of how much money you gave them though. But we're gonna expound on that history. We're gonna show you. Right. So but you know that, but our people still blindly go in there because we have a fake hope, a fake faith in it. But we're gonna show you why we got a fake hope and a fake faith in there. Read. We're gonna show you how we became Gentiles. Read.
The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6 and verse 6. Bring it
This is during the times when the Greeks came into our homeland and started forcing stuff on us. Read.
Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
So it wasn't lawful. They made it where we can't even keep our own customs. We kept the Sabbath day. Like what today is? You know what today is? What is today? Today is the Sabbath day, God's holy day. Go to Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. We're going to show you that. But that's a law. That is a law we're supposed to keep throughout our generation, not Sunday. Because if Sunday is the Sabbath, why are they still buying, selling, and doing everything else on that day then? That's the Sabbath day. No, it's not the Sabbath day. Read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
We're supposed to do what?
Remember the Sabbath day.
God's chosen people, the Israelites, are supposed to do what?
Remember the Sabbath day.
And do what?
To keep it holy.
To keep it holy. What does holy mean? Okay, it means to be separate, meaning we don't do what everybody else do. That's the holy. The Sabbath is a day set aside for us from any other day of the week. Read.
6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work.
So 6 days we're supposed to labor and work.
But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So this day is the Sabbath day of the Lord thy God. This day is the day we're supposed to be resting. No buying, no selling, no working, no doing anything that profanes God's holy day. So go back to Maccabees. I just want to touch on it because it said it was a law where we can't keep our feast days and the Sabbath days. Read.
Neither was it lawful for a man. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient feasts.
Ancient feasts. We're supposed to keep the new moon, the Feast of Tabernacles, Pentecost. They name a church Pentecostal church. They don't even know what Pentecost is.
Yes.
The Baptist church. You name the church after John the Baptist. What? It don't make sense. So feast days, new moon, Passover. We got tabernacles. It's a whole feast of dedication.
That's right. To keep the Sabbath days or ancient feasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew.
So there was laws that we can't even say we are the Jews, we are the Israelites. If you said you are the Israelites, you are the Jews, what happened?
Verse 9, and whosoever would not consent themselves,
meaning if nobody will obey to the laws of those are the real Gentiles are the so-called white men. The nations are the Gentiles in the flesh.
Right.
They are born Gentiles. That's who they really are. So if we don't follow their ways, what'll happen to us?
And whosoever would not conform themselves,
would not conform, meaning obey these new laws they put on us,
to the manner of the Gentiles.
To the manner of the who?
To the Gentiles.
So how are we Gentiles? That means all of us are failing in. That means the Most High need to punish everybody else too. Why the white man ain't being punished? Why the white man ain't at the bottom of society? Why the Arab man ain't at the bottom of society? Why the East Indian man ain't the bottom society. You know why? They are Gentiles, and those laws, statutes, commandments wasn't given to them. So, but they forced their laws on us. So read that again.
And whosoever would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles,
To the manner of the Gentiles.
should be put to death.
To be what?
Should be put to death.
In slavery. If we didn't do what the slave master said, he put us to death.
That's right.
Shot us in the head. They said, if you get caught reading, what will happen to us if we got caught reading? They'll do what to us? Come on, you're an elder. You know this stuff. Come on, man. You've been around longer than me. You're probably older than both of us. Come on, they will shoot you in your face, or hang you, whip you, cut your leg off, rape your daughter and your wife in front of you. Because what? You broke the rules of the land, of their land. Read that again.
And whosoever would not conform themselves.
And this is showing you also that whosoever in New Testament, this is explaining the whosoever is. The Jews, the whosoever of the Jews, read.
Conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death.
Shall be put to death. Read.
Then might a man have seen the present misery.
Right, so they threaten us to denounce ourselves every day. When you go in these churches, you denouncing yourself. You denouncing yourself, who you truly are according to the Bible, your nationality, what tribe you come from. You following the customs of the Gentiles. And if you go against these Christian churches, the laws of this land, and not accept their ways and their feast days, what's going to happen to you? Church going to kick you out.
Bring it out.
America going to come against you, and they're going to call you a terrorist, and you're not with us. That's what's going to happen. They're going to slowly put you to death until they actually chop your head off one day. And that day going to come.
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Well, we're going to show you what's going to happen. Give me, we're going to show you, because, you know, they led us into captivity.
That's right.
You know, contrary to belief, we was drug over here. Bagged and tagged and drug over here. You know that, right? Yeah, I mean, you a man. You an older man. Just say, yeah, be confident. You know. You probably grew up in the cotton field. You probably seen all the you seen the Jim Crow laws, us marching for who we are. Trying to convince people that we are a man.
I have.
Right, so you know more, you seen more than me. You look at our people destroyed out here, man. You seen our people, you probably my age, rising up trying to wake our people up back in that day, but how you failed was, you didn't have God's laws with you.
Bring it out.
You didn't have this sword with you to fight your enemy with.
Right.
Yeah, you said what now?
Back in those days, we had chopped on the 2 1/2 finger head.
Right.
Long old hot chocolate.
Right. Yeah, we can definitely give them that. Read that in Deuteronomy 20. We're gonna show you the prophecy of that. Why we had to do that. Why some of us scattered across the earth is still doing that. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall...
Read verse 15 so he know reason why.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass,
So it's gonna come in the future. Read.
if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
If we don't listen to the voice of the Lord, our God, the God of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses...
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? I'm gonna ask you a question. Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? A curse, like if somebody put a curse on you, is that good? Oh, that's bad, right? Read.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So the Most High God said, if we break His commandments, we His chosen people. If you got a son or daughter, they don't obey the rules in your household, what you gonna do? You gonna put them on what? Punishment.
That's right.
Or you gonna whoop their tail. That's synonymous to a curse, right? Until they get themselves right. So the Most High God said, you broke my command. If you break my commandments in the future, these things will come upon you. And He gonna one of the curses. Read.
Verse 16, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
What you just say?
Well, we were just picking cotton, from the field of it.
You just said that, right? Out there in the field, in that heat. Cursed in the field. What only people on the face of this earth have been cursed in the field and are still cursed in the field to this day? Me, you, and the rest of our people that have been scattered across cargo slave ships.
That's
Still to this day. And we cursed in the city. Man, I bet you shaking in your bones walking down the street. You don't know if one of our little young knucklehead people gonna rob you or something.
No,
they out of order. They out of order. See what I'm talking about? They out of order. Right, see what I'm saying? See, we cursed in this. Look at us, man. Do we own these? Look, we own these grocery stores. We own these trucking companies. Do we own anything? We don't own anything. We begging for things. We asking for scraps. And the minute we get a couple of scraps, we think we made it. So, cursed in the city and cursed in the field. But I'm going to show you, what I was going to touch on, is show you that those people who led us into captivity, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen to them. Give me Revelation 13:10. We're going to show you. These people got to pay for what they done to us.
That's right.
They ain't gonna get off scot-free. It ain't happening like that. Because we don't get away when we do wrong, do we? We may get away in that moment, but we end up getting caught.
That's right.
So you gotta think about it. Our enemies, the so-called white man, the real Gentile, is gonna pay for what he did to God's children, his child. Read.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Hey, if any of you men out here that hear this loudspeaker, let you hear this. The so-called white man who is your best friend. I know you love Peter Parker. I know you love him, your favorite neighborhood white man. I know you love him. But hear this out real quick.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So the so-called white man, the Arab man, the Asian man, the East Indian man, they led, even the funky African man, led us into captivity. What's going to happen to them?
He that killeth with the sword, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Hey, your best friend is white, Arab, or whatever, they go into captivity too.
That's right.
Because they done that to us. They dragged us, bagged us, tagged us, whipped us, raped us. They still robbing us to this day. You think because you get a paycheck every 2 days, you getting really paid. Man, you ain't getting nothing. They paying slaves. Slaves ain't gonna get the real wage they deserve.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity.